first we started out with this frame that we found out at the free store. We used rubbing alcohol and an old t-shirt to clean it up. And then we took the back and the glass out of the frame. It was really hard. There we go. And now we just cleaned the inside of the frame. Wow, look how beautiful. So next we found this atlas in a free pile, and we opened up to the page of the United States map and went ahead and ripped it out. ripped it out. We went ahead and ripped it out. Then we traced around the most important parts. Then we traced around the most important parts. That's a terrible thing to say. Then we traced around
the only part of the country that matters.
Then we traced around these states because they would fit very well on the frame. We then centered our cutout on the backing that was already in the frame. Next we took some vellum. You could also use white tissue paper. And we placed it on top of the cutout and traced around the state outlines. We did not trace around North Carolina because that's the most important state. So then we went ahead and cut out those outlines. And then after marking where the cutout went on the backing, we glued it down with Mod Podge. A little tricky to get it centered, but with perseverance, we got it. And then made sure that all of the edges were down secure as well. We then took our Mod Podge and covered the entire thing, so there was a layer on top. This gave it kind of a glossy finish. And then we took the vellum cutouts and placed them over the states that they outlined. We then used a little brush to make sure there weren't bubbles, and then put another layer of Mod Podge all over the top, making sure that we got the edges. So then we took some black thread and made an outline around all of the states that were not North Carolina. Then we took this multitude of beautiful thread and outlined North Carolina, and then put a heart over Swannanoa. Next we mixed up some watercolors and just put some final touches on the artwork, making borders around the beautiful creation that we just made. And then we were done. So we went ahead and let that dry and then stuck it back in the frame. So for our next project, we also took a frame that we found in the free store and cleaned that up as well. We removed all of the contents of the frame. Then we grabbed some of these fun things, like buttons, silk flowers, rocks. We then used E6000 to glue them down onto the corners of the frame, but they were slipping a lot.
The frame was really shiny and glossy.
The frame was really shiny and glossy, and so what we decided to do instead was to score the frame with scissors, removing all of that extra glue as well. And so we then grabbed our E6000 again, which is a really strong hold glue. You can also use super glue or hot glue. And we did it again, and it worked. So then we put some other little accents on the other corners, some small beads. So did the other corner. And there you go. That's what we finished with. Alright, then we took our gold spray paint. Caitlin could not get the lid off.
It was tough.
Once we finally got the lid off, we went ahead and spray painted the entire frame. So we had a nice gold sheen over everything. Then we took our chicken wire. Continuity error. And then we cut the wire to match the backing of the frame, and then spray painted it white. We then took that backing and spray painted it green, and then waited for that to dry. While we were waiting for that to dry, we grabbed one of these things and did that. It was cool. So back to work. Once everything dried, we assembled the pieces. We stuck the chicken wire down in the frame and then put the backing over top of it. This was a little bit tricky, but we had to bend the chicken wire to stick it in. We eventually got it. And that's what it looked like at the end. So then we used some clothespins and hung pictures for jewelry, or now you can see our two final projects. So we hope you all enjoyed this video, and let us know if you make these things and have any success. We will also be giving these 2 frames away, so if you want to learn how to win them, check out our other social media, and those links will be in the description box below. See ya!